Hello, welcome to another video. So today we're going to be increasing the boot or trunk size or cargo area size of the Kia Niro 2020 model. I discovered recently, I'm in a lot of EV groups all over the place. So I seen in a Norwegian e-niro group that they have a much bigger boot area than I do, and I was like, that's weird. Why is their boot so much bigger? So what it is certain markets have, like in most EVs you have like a false floor, so the cargo area is there and then you have like space underneath sort of the floor. In the Norwegian cars, they have like the floor is deeper and they only have one sort of space underneath the floor. But in other markets, such as in Finland, I don't know about your market, there's actually the floor of the car is quite high, or the floor of the boot area, and it's got two layers underneath it, two false floors basically. Let me explain and show you. So here is the boot on the e-niro. So it looks pretty normal, eh? But you've got this lip. There's a very small lip, but the Norwegian floor is much deeper. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna modify, because it's not a small boot, but I would like it a bit deeper. When you've got big suitcases in here, it's just nice to have a bit more space. So I reckon I could free up an extra 20%, or I could make this area an extra 20 or 25% bigger by doing this trick. So when you take out the floor in the e-niro, it's folding, so you can access this like cable storage area, and then it folds again so you can access that cable storage area. And then you've got all these plastic things. So let's take this straight out. That just lifts straight out. Do excuse the mess of the garage. It does need a tidy up, a long overdue tidy up. So there's the floor. Now this is what we have. So you've got this polystyrene area, and then you have these plastic compartments. Now in the Norwegian one, it doesn't have these plastic compartments, and it doesn't have this. So I absolutely have no idea why different markets have different floor configurations. So this just lifts straight out. You can take that out. Then you've got the other floor. Put that there. Then you've got this area where you have your towing eye lives in there. Some other bits and bobs, tire compressor, not sure what that is. Dunlop Tech tire repair kit. All right, you got a tire repair kit. Little screwdriver, cargo net. So you got this. I presume this is in the Norwegian one. And like you've got, if you organise it a bit better, you can still put cables there. It's actually a bit bigger, I think, this cable area than the other one. So if you could just put, if you take these plastic sections out, then you can make a new floor much lower. I took this out because I've just taken my diesel heater out and put all this stuff back in. So this also comes out if you want to make the trunk space ginormous. That's basically where a spare wheel would fit, and possibly Not, I don't know if an actual wheel would fit there. Probably would. I guess in the fossil cars, that's where the spare wheel lives. And this is a massive space. Look how low the camera. This is a very big space. So if you wanted, you could take all the trays out and have a huge trunk. You could make like, if you could make a wooden floor that goes down and then flat and then back up and then so I think I'm gonna leave this out because I plan to put my whole diesel heating system in here. I did have the diesel heater here. I took this plastic out and I had the diesel heater here, and then I had a fuel tank here to run the diesel heater and a battery here. So now I'm going to put everything in here so I can have a nice bigger trunk. I can lower all this. So what we need to do is take these plastics out. It's not difficult. It's this screw here. They're just all Phillips screws. One there. There's one down there. One there. So there's just a few Phillips screws knocking about, and it just all lifts out quite easy. I've already took it out. This comes out. This bit. This just pulls right out, and then you've got a bit of storage space there. That doesn't affect the boot floor that we're going to be messing with, but just so you know, you got a nice bit of space in there. And so you've also got a cool bit of space in here as well. That's a nice little hidden place to store your contraband or your smuggling moonshine. You can hide some stuff. You got a few little hiding cubbies. Anywho, let's take all this plastic out and see what we got to work with. All you need is a good old Phillips screwdriver. That's all. Cheap and cheerful one. And then just undo, I think there's like three screws in the side ones and 4 screws in the other one. There you go, just lifts out, mega simple. Second side bit, the left side, and then the back. So we'll put this back in for now because not everybody is installing a diesel heater. In fact, I don't think anybody is apart from me. So we'll put this bit back in so it's the same process for everybody. Wow, there's a camera battery off my Sony. Cool. How the heck did that get there? So now when we put, but the thing is, here's the very slight thingamajig. There's a very slight lip on this plastic where the wood floor that we've just took out sits against it. So that's like a centimetre shorter, and it's possibly Possibly the same on the back. So I think the wood floor might be a centimetre or two short that we put back in now. Okay, so there, we've immediately made it bigger, just like that. How long has that taken? 4 minutes. Oh no, yeah. The first part of the video I was just chatting, so that literally took 4 minutes to take those plastic bits out and put the floor back in. So there you go. You can make the boot bigger in 4 minutes. However, we do have a slight problem. As I thought, this lip doesn't quite fit there. It just isn't. You can get your hand in. So what I'm going to do, and then noise will be coming up through here and cold. So what I'm going to do, and what about this bit that sticks out? I don't know if I want to take this bit out because this also has like a lip. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a big square piece of plywood or whatever wood I can find that's lying around. I'm not going to go and buy any. And I'm going to use this as a template, put it on the big piece of plywood, and then like draw around this. But on the old plastic bits, you had sort of luggage hooks here, so there's a bit of a recess here. So on a new piece of wood that I make, I will make it square. Don't need these gaps anymore. And then if I pull this that way, so if you pull it all the way back, there's not much of a gap there now. You can't. Let's get a bit of light in here. So now you can't get your fingers in there, but there's still a very slight gap. So I might grind down or cut a little bit of the plastic here. That's what I might do for the new one. And also the recesses here where there used to be cargo hooks, they don't need to be there. So when I cut the new floor out of the plywood, I'll just make it totally like square all the way here. Or in the new floor, I could cut notches in the new floor for these plastic things to slide into, so then I don't have to modify the car at all. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just make little cuts in the wood, little notches. And I don't need the folding capability on the new floor. It's not heavy. I think I'll just like make it one piece and just lift the whole thing up like this. That's just gonna complicate matters, having this folding stuff. And then if I put some sort of insulation underneath to help in winter, it's easier if it's one piece. I can just make cut a big piece of insulation out of like polystyrene and put it underneath. Also a bit of noise reduction. So let's go find a piece of wood in my junk pile, my wood collection from over the years that I've collected from building projects. See if I've got a big piece of wood that I can cut a new floor out of. Let's go. these DIY work stands are very rickety. They're gonna collapse any second, so that's why I'm being gentle. Okay, let's go get the floor, the boot floor, stick it on, draw out the template. We'll do a couple of measurements first. What's the saying? Measure once, cut 5 times. That's what I do. Okay, so let's slide. Okay, so that's back as far as it can go. So let's measure the gap at the front. Let's get some light. What's that thing? So there's a big metal plate there sticking up a little bit, so I might have to cut a notch in that later. Like a notch to go slide over that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So for now, let's see. Let's do an extra 5 centimeters. So that gap is an extra 5 centimeters. Then if we cut a notch in this one, then that is another 2 centimeters. So let's make it an extra 7 centimeters long when we draw the template. This is sort of curved, this bit, so we won't mess with this bit too much because that will be too complicated. But that bit is flat, so when we do our cut our new floor, we'll add 7 centimeters onto the end, and then it won't fit straight off, but then we can sort of put it in and then get a marker pen, draw where the plastics are, and just cut a notch with the jigger, do the jigsaw, and that metal thing there. That's for the folding seat, I think. That metal thing there, so the seat can fold. So we're probably gonna have to go down the side of that, like a couple centimeters either side. So we'll have to cut a notch here on the new floor. Okay. 7 centimeters extra. Remember that number. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, I'll take this outside and then get set up and we shall get cutting. Is it going to fit that way? Yeah. Cool. There's some nail holes in it because I did recycle this wood from a shed, so I'll try and get it where there's no nail holes, and we'll put it upside down because it's got things on the bottom. Okay. So then we just draw it around the existing one. Doesn't have to be exact because the jigsaw will cut it quite straight. So this bit so we're going to have to be pretty clever here to try and keep that curve going, I think. Freehand. Yeah, it looks about right. I mean, if it's not right, we just sand a bit of extra off if it's not perfect. So let's measure 7 centimeters more that end. Let's say about there. And do our best to draw a straight line. Okay. So this is the new floor. So that is roughly the shape the new floor will take. I mean, so if it's not perfect, if it's a little bit too big, I can just like use a grinding disc and take a little bit off. But I think that is there or thereabouts. I think that should fit. It won't fit in immediately. I will have to put it in there and just line up the plastic, not do little notches. So I'm gonna go get my drill and my jigsaw, or maybe I think I'll use my battery circular saw actually on this. Back in a minute. Okay, let's move the old one out of the way so it doesn't get covered in sawdust. Sorry about that. The battery died on the camera. At the exact same time, the battery died on the circular saw. Oh, let's continue. Almost done. One last cut. There we have it. Oh. There's one new e-niro floor. Got the curve quite good at the bottom. Followed the line almost exactly, so hopefully that fits. Let's go put it in the car, see if it fits. Okay, the moment of truth. Too big. Too big. Or is it? If I cut the notch, let me go get my marker pen. Oh, I might have another one. If I cut the notch in where that metal thing is, then I've got an extra couple centimeters. At the moment, it's too big. It won't go down. It's catching on the plastic only by half a centimeter. So let's do the notch in this. So where that metal bracket is for the folding seat, that is preventing the board from sliding back further. So we're gonna have to cut out a notch and then it will slide in nice. Let us go and do that. Okay, we are back inside. I've cut a notch in it. Quite proud of that, just with a circular saw. Look how tidy that notch is. And I've done a little bit of, when I tried to fit it before, it was just a bit too tight for comfort. So I've took half a centimeter off this side and I've took like half a centimeter off the back, like this section. So I didn't want it jammed in there. I want it pretty loose because if I'm gonna use the underneath, well, I am gonna use the underneath, I need access. So if it's dead tight and I have to really physically get it out, that's no good. I want it reasonably loose fit. Not rattling about, but I don't want it mega tight either. Just like kind of snug, you know? So let's see, a moment of truth. Let's see if this one fits. Kind of does, but it's still it's catching on. Oh, it's stuck in there now. It's catching on. Well, let me show you first. These plastic things in there that stick up, it's catching on that. Otherwise, flipping good fit that. Look at that where the notch is. Yeah. So let's get it out. I guess I need to cut a handle in it. That part I completely overlooked. I need to put like either some sort of handle on the top or like a grab handle inside it. Might just put like a knob on the top or something. So it's gotten stuck on these plastics. So let's what shall we do about that? Should we maybe take this bit out? This bit of plastic with all these bits on and that. Yeah, let's take that out and then see what we're dealing with. That might make things simpler. Okay, I've taken that tray off. It just pops off. It's got plastic clips on it. Now, theoretically, it should fit perfecto. Still a little bit snug there, but that fits perfect. That is flipping perfect. Let's put that seat back up. Alrighty, so that is a nice bigger cargo space. So now you can access these sorts of cubbies as well, which is cool. Let's get some light in here. So there you can see that recess that is required for that metal bracket. Yeah, there's like 1 or 2 millimeters of space there, that's okay. 1 or 2 millimeters of space there, that's okay. So it's just touching ever so slightly there. I could just do with shaving a little bit of, it's just a shape. I've not arched it. I had to draw this freehand because there was just a square cut out there in the old floor. There was luggage racks, luggage cargo holds here. So I had to just draw this freehand, so I didn't get the curve quite right. The curve should have followed there. The curve sort of goes up a little bit. So my bad on that one. This side I got perfect. That is a nice curve freehand. But this one, I just need to shave a little bit off there. Otherwise, that is good. Bit of a gap there. Let's put that plastic thingy bob back on and see how it looks. But then we do have the issue that I can't actually open this floor with this on. So I'm gonna have to figure that bit out. I really like this being totally flush now. And actually this won't go back on now because it's hitting the wood. So I could draw with the marker pen another template here and cut out this section. I could do that, and then this fits perfect. Yes, I might do that. Okay, took a little bit longer than I wanted. That did, but we have it. So what I done, I did cut around this, so now it's sort of pretty close to the plastic, but it's very close in some places. So there we have our new floor, much lower than the last one. I mean, remember when I showed the lip last time? The old boot floor was here, and now look how much deeper it is. Significantly deeper. The old one used to rest on this plastic bit. So we got a massive depth, and when it's over such a big area, that does add up. It really does add up. So now we have basically the Norwegian floor. So I am going to paint it black and put a rubber mats down or something. I don't think I'm going to carpet it. I might do. I don't know. We'll see. But what I've got lying around is it needs a handle. So if you need to access underneath, which won't be that often because normally I just throw the cable in the boot of the car. I don't bother putting the cables underneath. It's too much of a mess. After you finish charging, just lash them in and go. But I will have the Webasto diesel heater underneath this, which I do need to access to fill the diesel tank, like every now and again. And I might put some of the stuff in, like the towing guy, maybe the tire compressor. I'll put a few bits under there. It's quite a big space. So what I had lying around is this thing. So it's just a handle. I used it on a motorbike project on some panniers I made out of ammo boxes. I've took them off, so I'll put this on, and then I'll put a wing nut underneath. For now, I'll see if I can find a bolt that fits it. So I'll just drill a hole, and then I've got my handle, and it's black, and it looks like it's out of a car. Well, kind of really does look like it's out of a car. So it should fit. So let us get a battery onto the drill. All my batteries are flat, working out there in that cold. It's like -15 out or more. So the batteries keep dying. When I was using the circular saw, the batteries go in everything I've got. I've got all Ryobi tools. So it's the same batteries, you just switch them out. I've got like portable sanders, portable circular saws, portable drills, portable screwdrivers. So it's just the same batteries you use all the time. So I'll cut that out. There is the first scratch on my e-niro. Dropping a drill battery on it. Gordon Bennett. Anyway, let's drill and put this handle in. So I don't want it right in the middle, it'll be in the way, so I'm gonna put it somewhere like here, out of the way. Like there. And it's easy to get the middle. You just use that metal thing. Rise a bit. There. Do need to do a little bit more trimming in places. It's just a bit snug in some places. There we go. There's your handle to lift it up. So then there you go, paint that black. And job done. So that is how to make a bigger boot in the e-niro. I couldn't previously sit in this car in the boot because the floor used to be that much higher, so my head used to be that much higher. I'm 6 foot, I'm almost 6'6", I'm 6'5" and 3/4 or something, so It's 197 or something centimeters. So I'm a big hombre and I can fit in this just fine now. Like no problems. It's actually reasonably comfortable. Weird. So this is now way bigger. I don't know exactly how many more liters it is. Well, actually, it's easy to find out. Look at the Norwegian website, and they will probably have the amount of liters in cargo space. And they have this low floor. And look at the European one, or the Finnish one at least, with the higher floor, probably has a lower liters figure. I'll have a look at that in a minute on the laptop and let you know. But if you go on road trips with your missus or fella or whatever, and you've got kids, like I do, the amount of stuff they bring is just like insane. I go on these long road trips for weeks with basically like a carry-on bag. I just need a few pairs of boxer shorts, a few pairs of socks, a few t-shirts. I don't need much. My little man bag with me grooming stuff, my beard brush and that. I don't need that much. But the missus brings like the biggest, hardest, ginormous suitcase ever, which takes up half the boot in an instant. And then she'll pack another one for the boy. And then there'll be like 5 bags of groceries because they'll be too weird or too expensive in the country that we're going to. So normally you can't get anything. There's like a tiny gap at the top. You can't see out the rear view mirror, that's for sure. And then when we get to that country, we'll buy like gifts or souvenirs, or I'll get like probably a case of beer or something. So then the car gets more full when we get there. So this much extra space in the bottom, oh, man, this is useful. This is flipping useful space for me. I'm telling you, this is gonna come in so handy. That's why I've done it now, actually, because we've got a trip up to Lapland next week with the family. And I know there's gonna be all this stuff, even though we're only going for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. And it's our second home, so there's a lot of stuff already there. It doesn't matter. I know this will be packed to the rafters. So the fact that we got much deeper space now, brilliant. I'm looking forward to seeing how much junk we can fit in this. And in summer, we got a trip to Tromsø in Norway and Senja and a lot of places around there. So again, it's going to be filled to the rafters. So this is very much a real world useful situation for me. So I hope you got some ideas if you want to do it to your car. Other than that, I think I will leave this video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, whatever that one is, whatever I need to tinker with next. Oh, yeah. Bye bye.